There we go.
Hi.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, hello, everyone. We ran a bit late, so thanks for staying tuned. Welcome. So, Marinus, how are you today?
Yeah, I'm good. This is my day off, so I'm okay. I'm a bit tired, but because I was boxing and I did some chores. But overall, yeah, I'm good. I got some a lot of new comics. I read a couple. I did a mirror review, and yeah, here I am. Got some crowdfunding comics today, and I hope I get War Party soon.
War Party, yeah, it's on the way.
Yep.
Roland, how are you?
Fine. Good day. My holiday started yesterday, so
Ooh, excellent.
no
Why
work
aren't
for
you
the
not on the
coming
beach somewhere? Why are you staying in the rainy Dutch land?
That's a discussion for another time.
Well, he has to be here, so
that's true. I have responsibilities.
Welcome, 58 Underground.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hey, man.
And hi, Area.
Thibaut. Welcome,
hi, Thibaut.
Yep. Blackness as well. Nice. People are coming in. Great.
Excellent. Area Blackness was here. Yeah. Hello, Area. Slaps Hulk and Pit on the thumbnail. Count me in. Yeah, that always works, huh? Yeah, because today we are going to talk about crossovers, comic book crossovers, in our 10th episode.
Wow.
Woo! Milestone.
10.
Excellent.
10.
I already feel old.
Well, there's more to come.
Good.
So crossovers, right? So we had some discussions about what crossovers are.
Crossover. And
yeah.
I think you comic nerds, you should know what a crossover is, but what is actually a crossover?
Yeah, tell us.
We were not sure. We were thinking, is it a character that enters another character series, comic book series, and vice versa? Or is it a character that has a guest role? Is a guest role also already crossover? Is a crossover that you have two storylines crossing over? Is an event like Secret Wars, is that a crossover? You have these team up books. Are those crossovers? I don't know. So
that's a good question.
Yeah, well, I think you. I think you can discount the cameo roles. You have sometimes these comic books that are on their own series, and then a different character from another book comes by and interacts somehow. It doesn't even have to be on active role. In the background they can appear, and they call that cameos. So it's not really crossover, I think so.
No, it's
welcome Dr. Ino or D Rhino. I'm never sure.
Dr. Hino, maybe. D Rhino.
At least we're sure of his last name. It's 419, or is it 419?
Welcome.
Welcome.
Oh man, I'm hot here. Just give me a second, man.
I thought you were hot as well.
What's happening?
Oh, sexy, yeah.
Hey, woo! I got fans.
Oh no, we're losing viewers.
Or not.
No, he reveals he reveals a good T-shirt now. So
okay. Okay, so what definition did you guys settle on for crossovers? What kind of books did you pick?
I got probably more or less known or popular comics. I got Top Cow, if you remember that.
Of course.
And I got this one.
All right, let me...
Tomb Raider.
So I got Tomb Raider, I got
Witchblade.
Darkness, I got Magdalena, and I got Witchblade, all rolled into one. This is a 4-part crossover, I believe.
Wow.
Called Monster War. Drawn by Joyce Chen. Joyce Chen is a female artist. She's very good, draws very cool, sexy women. And, I can show you a little bit here.
Oh, the Magdalena was such a cool character.
Yeah,
I forgot about her.
So, Yeah, so this contains werewolves.
She was created
vampire-
by Benitas, right?
Um,
Magdalena.
I don't know. Could be.
That's a good one. I'm not entirely sure.
Doesn't matter.
No, the color scheme is a little bit too brown for me, but hey, that's what it is.
Is this a one shot, or is it part of a series, or part of one story?
No, this is a four-parter. So it's a four-part miniseries because this is 3 of 4, and this is issue 3. So there are four issues with this character, and well, unfortunately, in this one, this is another artist. But it's a story about monsters and Mr. Hyde and Dracula or a vampire and werewolves and other supernatural beings. Go toe to toe with each other. So and since Tomb Raider is not, I believe, a part of Top. Well, is it a part of Top Cow? I'm not entirely sure.
I think at some point they gained the rights to make comic books for Tomb Raider. Yeah, because she also appeared in the Witchblade.
Right.
Yeah, but that was years ago. Where are the rights now for Tomb Raider?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because they also the publishing rights or the publishing rights for the games also shifted.
Right.
Yeah, it was first Crystal Dynamics and then Eidos, and now I don't know. Area Blackness here. Welcome. Welcome.
Yeah.
D-Rhino says, I have Witchblade and the Darkness family ties.
Yeah, nice.
Yes.
Bring back memories.
Also Witchblade and Medieval Spawn. Yes.
But to be honest, I think my lamp went out because the cats are messing. I think the series of the Witchblade and Darkness, all Top Cow things related to that universe, kind of, I think, went down slope after Family Ties. I think Family Ties was the perfect ending, and they should have stopped publishing comics from the Witchblade from that point.
Yeah,
at least I did.
Yeah, I was wondering what happened to Top Cow. Were they in financial trouble or something that I just stopped? Is there, do you know the reasons? I don't know, but I don't know. I love Top Cow. Because it was part of Image as well. Because Image Top Cow, and then Top Cow became its own entity, I believe, or still maybe on some.
Yeah, Image had those different labels and like Cliffhanger and other stuff, and because they are creator owned, everything a creator made was not part of Image or owned by Image. It was owned by their own creators, so they had these labels.
Right.
But yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk.
Was Pit part of Top Cow?
No, Pit was part of Image and then Full Bleed, or the other way around. Full Bleed Studios and then Image, or the other way around. I'm not sure anymore. Right. Yeah.
I think it was easier to make crossovers with characters that are in-house, so the Witchblade and the Darkness are basically the same universe, so it's very easy to make these crossovers. I have this one, for instance. This is
Darkness Pit.
Yeah, Darkness Pit, drawn by Keown.
Is that the trade paperback?
Yeah, it's a trade paperback.
Oh man, I need to get it. Yeah,
it looks great. It's classic Keown style. It's a bit dark, but that's with the darkness. That comic book was also dark. I don't mean with the storylines they were, but I mean art-wise.
Because of the theme, because he can operate in the dark.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So this entire book is a little bit dark, but it looks great. But I think it's fairly easy. Well, it takes a lot of work to make this, of course, but it's fairly easy to produce this when all the characters are part of the same studio.
Right.
Whoa.
There was some cat crossover, I believe.
Yeah, some cats are crossing over.
Someone strangling one of Roland's cats.
Yeah.
Aria says Monkey Man and O'Brien is one of my favorite books.
Yeah.
They did a crossover with Gen 13. It was okay, but at least, yeah. I bought that like 2 weeks ago. It was only 2 issues, 2 floppies, but I managed to find those, so I bought them.
Yeah, I forgot the artist's name. I'm a big fan of the artist. He can draw beautiful women, very voluptuous. What was his name
Yeah,
again?
God damn it.
Google is your friend. Let me double check.
Area Blackness. What was the name of the artist? We forgot.
Art Adams.
Right.
Yeah.
He says, I feel like a lot of crossovers tend to have weak stories. Do you guys know of any where the storyline is particularly strong? That's a good question.
I got one that I read it probably every year. And it's called Planetary Batman.
Planetary Batman.
Night of Earth by Warren Ellis, John Cassidy, and David Barron. The art is fantastic. The story is very mature. It's about Planetary. Those are 3 people. One badass woman who kicks ass. A very sarcastic guy called Snow, I believe. He's also a detective. And some kind of crazy person they call Drummer. Drummer has different powers. Can don't go all in all the details. But it seems that they are hunting. They are from a different Earth, by the way. They are hunting a killer, but the killer was experimented on, and it seems that he is using his powers to. He can control his powers, so he gets teleported to the place where Batman's parents died, and I believe it was. Give me a second. I was tip of my tongue. Where is that? Just give me a sec.
Take your time, man.
Yeah, I forgot the name where it is. Crime Alley. I'm sorry. So they are.
All right. Yeah.
Let's see. This is the art, by the way. It looks. Yeah. Sorry for the overabundance of light, but cool. The art is very cool. So they are. He is teleported, but it seems that this is only a part of that alley is getting teleported to another dimension. It's not really another dimension. It's more the dimension where Batman lives. So they are crossing over in each other's time and dimensions. So, for instance, Batman says, "Hey, if there is a killer, he is coming with me." And then the group of the other people cannot take a no for an answer, and they are, getting. She's battling basically Batman in this really cool-looking, fantastic action scenes. And this woman here insulting Batman the whole time, but she also have a fetish for strong women in leather suits. So that is cool. And then the villain is getting teleported again. And then instead of seeing this Batman, we see this Batman. It's the 1966 Batman in with the Batman repellent spray.
Adam West.
So nice.
Yeah. And then teleports again, and then we see I believe the Earth 1 Batman, the thick Batman, the very with the big tank. It looks freaking fantastic. The story is, like I said, is really cool, and it is also a very and this is the Batman that I grew up with the
such a beautiful art.
Yeah. The ending is freaking fantastic. I cannot stress that enough. And we see also a glimpse of future Batman. And it looks like this one. And this one blew me away.
Okay. Isn't the future Batman Beyond?
No, this is just another parallel universe. So this Batman has never been explored, as far as I know. But this one, Planetary Batman, War for Buy. This is from Wildstorm in DC, when Wildstorm isn't a thing anymore. But now I believe Wildstorm is now merged with DC, and DC doesn't do anything with these characters.
Yeah,
I don't know why. Yeah. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Such cool characters.
They messed that up. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
Wildstorm. So you want to see the Wildcats, and they did nothing really with them. They did something with Grifter, and they totally changed Warblade.
yeah, why? Gen 13, one of my favorite fun books when it comes to superheroes. It has seriousness, it has sexiness, it has great art, it has some goofiness, it has it all rolled into one. It has very cool themes as well.
The characters were just amazing.
Yeah, and they don't do anything cool with that.
Yeah.
They're just
what's with these new owners of franchises that they want to change everything?
Yeah,
I never get that.
Well, yeah, me neither. That's always, also when a studio purchase rights of a property, they always want to change certain things.
Yeah, and coming back a little bit to Gen 13, people always talk now about diversity. We had with Gen 13 and half Japanese guy, we have a small rebel white English girl. I believe she's one English, but could be wrong. We have an Indian lesbian or bisexual girl. Nobody better than I at that time. And am I forgetting someone? We have the nerdy strong girl, and we have the guy that turned into flames, Bobby.
It's because it was normal. Diversity was normal at that time.
Exactly.
You had the New Mutants, which was normal. You had Firefly, that series from Joss Whedon.
Oh yeah,
they had a diverse cast. It was normal, but it's never enough. It's never enough for these crazy people.
Yeah,
they see things where there are none.
You tell them, Roland. Okay, so you had we talked about the Wildcats because what's it? Wildstorm Studios, right? Yeah. So they had this other franchise called Cyber Force, and they brought them together in Killer Instinct.
Oh, that's a good one. Art by Jim Lee. Oh man,
it's art by Jim Lee and by Mark Silvestri.
Mark Silvestri.
Yeah, because this crossed over in the regular series of both runs.
Yeah.
So each next issue was a second volume of this storyline, and like I think 4 or 6 floppies.
Yeah, that's a crossover.
Great. It was great.
This was awesome, and the cool thing is that the art styles of Silvestri and Lee were so compatible. You can read this and it doesn't take you out of the story because it's so different. It totally fits together, man. It's fantastic.
Yeah, that's definitely.
I love this one. I love this one.
Are they part from the same universe?
Yeah. Well, back then they were. Yeah.
Well, that makes sometimes that make things easier for a crossover.
Yeah.
But the notion that crossovers always have weak stories. When you have two companies who are doing a crossover, they want their characters equally featured, and they don't want to have one character beaten or diminished by another character from another company. That's why these DC Marvel crossovers, it never really got to me because there was no clear winner, or a certain purpose. And I think with if you have your own universe, then you can easily cross over and you can do whatever with the character you want.
Of course.
But I actually like the crossovers that's from different companies,
different publishers, right?
Yeah, the X-Men and the Next Generation Star Trek crossover. That's a crossover.
yeah, exactly. I'm still looking for that one. That's my holy grail. What that one?
Yeah, what did you had? You had more from these crazy crossover. Yeah, Dark Horse did it a lot with RoboCop and Alien and Terminator. They had all these franchises, and they made beautiful stories, and the art was phenomenal. And I think most of the crossovers published by Dark Horse were pretty good at the time.
Yeah, I got one.
Different franchises crossovering. I mean, not characters from the same universe.
No, different publishers.
Yeah, because if we talk about characters from the same universe, we have tons of good written crossovers.
Right. Well, it's fairly different. I think it's difficult to make a decent story with characters that come from different worlds, because these worlds often have different rules.
Yeah.
So you have to mesh that somehow. So you have to figure out how to make that work.
Yeah, well, even within the same, we're so used to having these heroes in the same universe, but like my girlfriend, she already really finds it weird that that Spider-Man is interacting with the Avengers. She really thought it were two completely different worlds.
All right, right.
And let alone that the Avengers can meet the X-Men. It's beyond her. How? She's like that. So that's even within the same universe. It's weird to have these characters cross over. And I think that is why Marvel really took it slowly with their building their cinematic universe. Because if you are used to seeing Iron Man, maybe seeing Captain America is a kind of okay. But then you have a god into the mix, Norse god. You have to really kind of tread lightly how you would cross over them.
Well, the MCU
it's a stretch of imagination, right?
They don't care.
Hello, Ryu.
Hey, Ryu.
Welcome.
There is one comic, I don't have it with me, that I really recommend when it comes to crossovers. Maybe I can share a
screen.
Yes.
Sure. Okay. By the way, I was looking for several books that I know I have them and I can't find them.
Yeah.
I have this crossover between the X-Men and Wildcats.
Wow.
By Jim Lee.
Jim Lee,
Oh, wow.
yes. Okay.
Is it
I
good?
can't find it. It drives me crazy.
Is it a good story?
Yeah. So this is the one that I want to. Can you show it? Can you see this, guys? Yeah. This one, Batman Judge Dredd by Simon Bisley, Alan Grant, and John Wagner. This one, it was fantastic. Batman got accidentally go to the universe of Judge Dredd, and the judges or Judge Death is loose, and he is, Batman is helping Judge Dredd, but they are, Batman is very stoic and very stubborn, and well, Judge Dredd is Judge Dredd. He needs to uphold the law, and that it has a big friction. And the art is
the law.
The law.
And I am Batman.
Yeah, and you cannot go wrong with Alan Grant and Simon Bisley.
No,
Simon Bisley is the artist. It's freaking fantastic. It's a must buy, in my opinion, of course. So I'm going to stop sharing.
Well, I recently saw an animated movie, I believe. I think there was a comics as well, but the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were crossing over with Batman.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. It's amazing animation. It's bloody, violent.
That's great.
It's really good animated.
Okay.
They're like the same quality as Invincible, kind of.
Oh, cool. Oh, I like that.
Arya asked this question, and I think we should wait before we answered until the end. So we first talk about all the crossovers, and then our dream crossovers.
Yeah, right? Good idea. Good idea.
Yeah.
And then Dr. Rhino says, serious question. I'm currently making a book with illustrations, and it just reached 150 pages. That's great, man.
Wow.
Congrats.
Cool. Nice.
How can a small-time author like me make it onto streams like yours and others? Just ask people, man. Just reach out, network. Go
on Twitter and add us to your Twitter feed, to your friends list, and we can introduce you to certain people. We know a lot of guys who are streaming, promoting books, promoting art, promoting comics. So let's do it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. At the end of the video, we're gonna tell you how what our Twitter handle and Twitter names is, and
yes.
No worries.
Okay, let me see. I have this one book. It's a collection of single issues. Let me enlarge this one.
Oh no!
It's DC and Top Cow crossovers. So you get really cool stuff like what's this? This is Batman and the Darkness. It just makes sense,
Yeah.
to put these two together. It makes sense,
Yeah, but it makes I like to have it more, more that it doesn't make sense. This is a given. Like put Batman with the Pit, or put Batman with the Dark, with Witchblade, for example,
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
and Superman with the Darkness. That's perfect.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, it's beautiful art. What is the goal? What's the purpose of the crossover? I just thinking, when you read regular comic series, you follow the characters and the character development and stuff like that, and the growth.
Mhm.
And I think that the usually crossover is just like a separate thing. It doesn't progress the characters at all, does it?
Yeah,
No,
it's usually their own story, some kind of Elseworlds thing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not really in continuity.
Let me see this page where you're holding. Is it Wonder Woman with the Witchblade?
Yes,
Oh
Yeah.
my god, it's
Yeah, it
awesome!
looks freaking fantastic.
Awesome.
yes. It's a crossover between the Justice
Imagine-
League and the Witchblade.
Imagine Wonder Woman wielding the Witchblade.
You don't have to. They made it, so you don't have to. You have to imagine it. But the weird thing is, like this. I always notice this. You have the Martian Manhunter, right?
Mhm.
And you have the Witchblade, and you can tell that these characters were created in different eras.
Yeah.
The design is
Yep.
is very simple, and
It's
they
classic.
get this design. It's very
Elaborate.
it's very busy.
Intricate. Yeah.
It's very 90s.
Yeah, exactly. So you can see the era.
Yeah, the costumes as well. I mean, no creator creates a superhero now with wearing underpants.
I love outside underpants in comics.
You have Superman and Darkness.
Who is the artist? It seems so familiar. Is that
This is Finch.
Finch?
Finch, yeah, Finch,
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
David Finch.
Awesome.
Right. So yeah, this. I must say though that I never really understood the appeal of look at this. Look at this art.
Yeah.
This is the classic Superman. This is
Yeah.
this is just fantastic, man. But
Superman is
then you have the
tiny.
Darkness, which is kind of the anti-hero. He's kind of a douchebag.
He's
Yeah,
also
I-
a kid, by the way. Yeah. Yeah.
Look at this. I never really understood the appeal of the Darkness. I get it that he looks cool. The powers are very cool, but he's just a douchebag. so he kills people, and I never got into that. I couldn't really relate to him. You have the two characters together.
He was very popular in the 90s, along with the Witchblade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, the opposites.
I was only following the Darkness because I was so in love with Witchblade, the
Yeah.
first stories, and I was really wanting to read where the connection with the Darkness and the Witchblade came from. And there was another one. There were a trinity of power sets falling into Earth. It's
Yeah.
great collage.
This
But
is Justice League and Cyberforce.
Yeah, Cyberforce was cool too.
Yeah, Cyberforce was excellent.
But yeah, I didn't saw the story of them quickly. Didn't progress as quickly as I wanted to, so I dropped the books just after Family Ties.
Yeah.
Let me find. You have crossover work.
Nice,
Yeah.
It's cool stuff, man. Excellent stuff.
nice. Yeah, mine crossovers are more based. The popular ones. But those are more events like Infinity War.
Mhm.
We know all those. I love the Infinity War, the Infinity Gauntlet, and the Infinity Crusade.
Yeah.
And but are these crossovers or are these events? So yeah, I think these are events. We should talk about it in other
you
podcast.
can technically call them crossovers because all these characters cross over, but they're the same universe, so it's I don't know.
It's not really a crossover.
No, so I will discard all these comics that were events.
Yeah, burn them.
That's cool. We could talk about events.
No, but I featured this comic before. It's Spider-Man and Doctor Strange. I think Spider-Man and Doctor Strange have such a good dynamic between those two. Also because Spider-Man is such a ground level, street level hero, and Doctor Strange, of course, with the weird mystic mushroom powers. And I just like the dynamic. There are rarely stories that the writer didn't had a good connection with those two. So and this book is, I think the art is amazing. It is. I don't think it's the same color as in the US, but they experimented with really bright colors because they were limited with the colors at the time, and they need to be creative, but they really managed to do that. You know, no lines.
What's the crossover here? What?
It's Spider-Man with Doctor Strange, basically. It's an annual. It's a Spider-Man annual, I believe, originally. And Spider-Man was kind of caught up again with one of Doctor Strange's weird things. And then he got involved with these mystic things. And he doesn't get it. He doesn't understand where this hand coming out from the portal. And Doctor Strange, he was caught. Captured by these demons, and Spider-Man rescued him without him knowing that he was rescuing Doctor Strange. In the end, Doctor Strange thanked Spider-Man, but Spider-Man is so pissed and so confused. He doesn't get a clear answer, and he just, from rage, he just smacked this tree all. Where's my camera? There. It's just amazing art, and it gives Spider-Man the strength he always has, because he's always he's always pulling his punches. So it's just an amazing story. I of course everybody knows by now I'm a Spider-Man collector.
No,
I love the this one. This the Marvel Knights had the best crossovers. Spider-Man Wolverine, amazing art. Can I open the floppy? Nah, it's all full with commercials. every page I open, it's one commercial. Let's see, it's just
always the same.
It's weird. Okay, I'm not going to show this because it's stupid with all those commercials. Of course, Spider-Man and Daredevil. Also, always a good combination.
Yeah.
The two heroes.
Yeah.
Always. I got a crossover between the Avengers and the Justice League from Kurt Busiek and George Paris. That was a fantastic one. There was I really like that. And there was a time that Superman can hold the hammer of Thor and the shield of Captain America. Right. He was the last superhero standing, and rightfully so, because Superman is, for me personally, the biggest superhero that is. It's
now that makes sense. Nowadays in the Marvel universe, like 100 people can lift the hammer of Thor. Yes. It means nothing now. No. But Superman, that he can lift it, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What happened?
He's the Boy Scout,
Yeah. What happened with special people? What happened with people that are special? Why does everything needs to be a nowadays person? That everybody can do this.
Yeah.
Thor is Thor because he's worthy. Not everybody is worthy.
Everyone is worthy now.
Spider-Man was chosen in a certain sense. Not everybody can have spider powers. It's lame. Come on. You have one Luke Skywalker. You don't have Rey Skywalker. That's ridiculous.
Well, they say in the movie that it's
Luke is the one, or Anakin is the one, and he's special. And because he's special, we follow his storyline. We don't follow another one's storyline because he or she is a Mary Sue, and she doesn't have
Well,
these
for Jedi, it doesn't matter. There are multiple Jedi, so that's possible. You can follow other Jedi.
Yeah,
But
that's
but
true.
for Spider-Man, there has to be one Spider-Man. That's a unique Spider-Man, and that's why I was never a fan of Miles Morales. He's just another Spider-Man, and it dilutes the uniqueness of Peter Parker.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, I have
think.
the same as well. I mean, Miles is not a bad character, but he is basically Spider-Man light or something like that, or an ersatz Spider-Man, if you will.
Well, no, he's not a Spider-Man light. That's the thing. They give him more powers instead of reducing powers.
Oh yeah, well, exactly.
He can turn invisible, and he has these venom blasts like Spider-Woman has.
Yeah.
He has more powers than Spider-Man, and he has also the instinct, I believe, the sixth sense.
Mhm.
He also can call walls. He's super strong. I think he's as strong as Peter Parker. Well, come on, reduce something. That's why I like the American Bliss storyline from Dave, because she's a legacy character. She's a heir to somebody else, but she has less superpowers or less strong. So she needs to, to help to deal with it. I think that's the storylines I'm interested in. I don't want to see another hero that's stronger than the original. That's why I really despise the new Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
They did everything wrong. They made this the new here follow up to the original hero. They made her stronger. I don't know, less conflicted, and she also brings the whole darkness to fall. Well, we already had that in Return of the Jedi. Was done, finished. If you make a new storyline,
but that's a different topic.
That's a different topic. Crossovers.
I'm going to be strict now. Now, what's this? What we're looking
X-Men
at?
Alpha Flight. This is a crossover. This is amazingly drawn. What's the artist's name again? Paul Smith and Bob Wysack. He made the perfect. Yeah, he was such a good artist. The way he was drawing Madeline Pryor.
Oh, this one. Yeah, I remember.
And they had Loki featured heavily in this. I believe in this comic, and he was. I think he was designed the new way. With the. Look at these arts, these costumes.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, this is it gives me a Walter Simonson feel of as Guardians.
Oh yeah, here's Loki. Here's Loki, and he has these horns. This was the newest. I think it's the first time, or for me at least, the first time Loki was drawn this way, and he's really a badass character in here.
Yeah, I like the Sal Buscema of Loki, with the horn helmet, but that's my personal preference.
But also this artist, he draws, not all female women or characters are similar. Like here, I think she's Moonstar, or what's her name? She has a different face than Rachel, for example, on this page.
Yeah.
They are all drawn differently. And, if you draw a silhouette of a character, you should recognize the characters by their silhouette. That's kind of a law. And when he does it, you see it, he's such a good character. I love these things. What we have this one, for example, the modern one, X-Men versus the Avengers. Everybody knows it. And it was a big deal, but we have this already. We had the X-Men and Alpha Flight, and we already have Fantastic Four and X-Men. This was such a good story. Crossover.
Yeah. But at some point, didn't it become the norm that these characters interacted constantly? Mm-hmm. So it was special at one point, but nowadays it's these characters. Yeah, they meet each other constantly. So it's
the thing is, every year, or at least starting from Civil War, I think before already you had. It started with Avengers Disassembled, where Wanda Maximoff went crazy and murdered some Avengers, and they were looking. So every year, following up this Avengers Assemble, every year there was a kind of crossover, and then we had Civil War, and we had Civil War 2, and we had the Siege, and what else? I have them all here basically.
What, you got the new variants? Okay.
It was just a bore every year, and when you follow a character like Spider-Man, and you were just 6 issues in, and already a new event was going to start, or if you're reading 12 issues or 10 issues, you are blocked out of his storyline because he has to take part in the event. And it's just like if you watch a movie and you suddenly have a commercial break or an episode of another series in your movie, and then you watch the movie afterwards again, the rest of the movie. It's such a, I don't know.
The problem with crossovers now and events, it spans into other issues that you probably not want to collect or have no interest in, right? Just because you want to follow the story.
Yeah.
Although, in my opinion, if the story of the event is going on more than a year, I'm checking out. With the whole, listen, I don't buy new Marvel stuff anymore, but I know the Venom event, although it's not really a crossover, but I'm just going on the sideline. I'm checking out. Same with the whole X-Men Krakoa thing. I'm checking out. It goes way too long. But when a crossover hits, like, do you remember these comics? The crossover with Marvel DC called Amalgam?
No. Yeah.
So, right, there is, I believe, a couple of issues, mostly one-shots. This is all a one-shot. Let's say the Flash crossing with Ghost Rider. Here we have Bruce Wayne as an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. against the Green Skull. We have Batman, Wolverine. But those are one-shots, and there was just a couple of issues to wrap it all up. And that's it. That was it. It was a fun, short series, from Amalgam under the name of, DC and Marvel. It was pretty popular, I believe. And it was fun, but it was nothing more than that. Eventually, as always, everything was going back to normal again.
Yeah. And it didn't break the continuity of the regular series.
It was about a guy that's called Access, I believe. He can switch to dimensions and stuff is happening there. I believe this is, this is Moon Knight, and I have no idea who his crossover is. Moon Knight and I have no idea.
Well, I think
Dick Grayson. Okay, okay, good.
But these Elseworld stories or different dimensions, it's difficult for me to really see them as a crossover. The same as this multi publishers crossovers. There's nothing to gain for the characters, and that's why I like these limited series, because these crossovers really had impact on either the Fantastic Four or the X-Men. They were limited, so you could read them outside of their own series, and they were very good stories. This one is a very emotional story about Reed Richards portraying or did something in the past in secret, and the Fantastic Four felt betrayed by it. And because I think one of the X-Men was, I think Kitty Pryde was kind of dissolving. Her powers were, she was fading away because she had fading powers.
Yeah.
And Dr. Doom was he had the technology to help her.
Oh yeah.
And then you have a conflict. And then you have a conflict between the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, because the X-Men wants to save Kitty Pryde and want to make this deal with Dr. Doom. And of course, Dr. Doom is arch enemy of the Fantastic Four, and they don't allow it. And Reed Richards had, so it's a talking about good crossover stories. X-Men versus the Fantastic Four is really good.
Well, it's not really about good. It's also about fun. When I read this, I just had, even if it was one issue, I had just fun, right?
That's true.
It's a crossover. For instance, I got another crossover. This is probably the last I could see. This was Devil's Reign by Top Cow and Marvel Comics. with Elektra and Cyblade. This has Mephisto in it. The Mephisto also, crossed over to the other universe. And I don't know how the whole storyline, but the art was freaking amazing. It has David Finch, it has Howard Mackie. I mean, look at this shot. Really cool.
Yeah.
Sorry for the bad
Wow.
lighting again. We have Philip Tan as the artist. Yes, I love sexy women in comics. I can't help it. I'm a male. Here as well. It looks really cool. This is at a party.
That's a very good question, actually. You show here, because the art is amazing. I would buy the comic for art.
Yeah.
Sometimes you buy a crossover comic for the story, and what are your motivations to buy a crossover? Yeah, it look awesome.
Yeah, it looks freaking fantastic.
Oh, that splash page is fantastic.
Yeah, those were times that artists actually make effort to, put something on page that wowed people. And that's what I'm missing nowadays with comics anymore. Those visual, beautiful looking pages that, people actually, put, this is a classic pose, right?
Yeah. I like that pose.
Yeah.
Talking about classic poses, I just had one.
This one as well, Ghost Rider Ballistic. I hate the costume, but it's Ghost Rider. I'm a Ghost Rider. But hey, continue, guys. That's what I wanted to show.
Well, that's a fun thing. You just showed a comic that's amazingly fun comic to read, and looks beautiful. I don't know about the storyline. I like to really read the comics. Also, it has to be the full package. Good art, good writing, good character development. Also, this is again an old comic. It's the one I showed before. This is a classic pose as well.
Yeah,
not a sexy, but very classic.
Very classic. I love this.
Sexy, man.
Yeah.
Dr. Doom with Storm.
Yeah.
Because Storm was hurt during a fight with the Fantastic Four. I think her arm was burned by the Human Torch.
Look, Marinus, she has your favorite haircut.
And Kitty Pryde, very nicely drawn. And this is this comic doesn't have the splash pages. Marinus just showed with sexy woman just posing and like eye dropping, eyeballing. But these are so because you said we don't see them anymore, but we also really didn't have them in the 80s. But still, the art is so beautiful and emotional. So we didn't have those in the 80s as well, but still, we love them. I believe.
Yeah, I think the majority of us can say that we always go back to older comics and even older crossovers. The newer crossovers doesn't do it for me anymore.
No.
When I think of crossover, I love the DC ones, the Flashpoint, the Year Zero, if I believe. What was it with the Superman? Oh Jesus Christ! When Supergirl died, Crisis of Infinite Earth.
Oh, Infinite Earth, yeah.
Yeah, that one. That was fantastic. We have Darkest Night with the Green Lantern and the Green Lantern Corps, and we have that with the different rings and with the I don't know. I'm forgetting a lot of things, but those are crossovers that I remember very fondly. There was a crossover with. No, there wasn't events. This was not a crossover. I'm forgetting. So there was a Green Lantern when the different power. I'm rambling. I'm sorry. There was different spectrums. We have the red lanterns, we have the yellow lanterns with Sinestro, and then we have also a Black Lantern, and that raises the army of the dead. And it was a huge crossover with all
Blackest Night.
Different Blackest Night. Oh man, that was so good.
I have that one.
Love that.
by Jeff Johns. Fantastic.
And, artist Evan Rice, among others.
Yeah. Fantastic artist.
Perfect.
Indeed.
So
Okay.
Yeah, but I think that's the whole point. Nowadays, it's bad writing, bad art. They don't make these sexy pages anymore. Nope. And if they don't make such sexy pages, which is fine, but then at least have good story or still good art in which you can, convey emotionally or or good action scenes. They can't even do that, and it lost its specialty. You know, when we're the Secret Wars, it's an event. It's not really crossover, but it's an event. It was in '84 and Secret Wars in '85. Then we didn't have crossovers for a long time. I think in the 90s it was the Infinity Gauntlet, in 91, 92, and 93, the Gauntlet War and Crusade. And then in the 2000s, things got crazy. Every year there was a crossover after House of M. You had Civil War, you had Secret Invasion, you had Siege, you had Fear itself, X-Men versus the Avengers, Infinity, Axis, Secret Wars again, because they like to rehash, Civil War 2 again, Inhumans versus X-Men, every year, and even 2 times a year, because Secret Empire was also in 2017. And then War of the Realms, Empire, Kings and Black, Heroes Reborn. Oh, come on, I'm fed up. Fed up with
I think this is why old school comic collectors have these fond memories of these earlier events, because they were special. They meant something. They were special, you know.
Yeah.
And all the what I tried to say, I'm with Rollins. You have also, as you can see, Fall of the Mutant tie-in. So you have to follow all of the other comics to get what's going on. You know, stuff like that. We have, like you said, Infinity War. There was also that, you know, those doppelgangers from superheroes and supervillains are popping up when the Magus.
It was Infinity Crusade, I believe.
Yeah, stuff like that, right? And I don't mind reading this, but sometimes it's too much. Right?
For me,
if you're a collector and you like to read comics and you want to have them all, that's not what I'm doing anymore, because well, I just don't want to collect everything.
For me, a successful crossover is really when you have, I think that's the definition basically, when I'm hearing us talk about it, is you have 2 separate storylines, one from, let's say, hero A, the other from hero B, and their stories like crossover, they intermix, and they have a conflict or whatever, and then they solve their conflict, and they part ways again, both grown in their personality or in their character again, and they take these experiences with their next adventures.
So you want a good ending?
No, not perfectly good. It can be still a bad ending, but there are ramifications. And when you have a guest appearance like Spider-Man fighting the Hulk, I don't think it's a crossover. It's just you use the Hulk or another character as a way for the story of Spider-Man to progress. And the Hulk, when you read the Hulk series, there's nothing. The readers wouldn't even notice that he was in the Spider-Man comic as a guest appearance. So I don't count those as crossovers. And these crossover events, which are good, you know, if there are ramifications, if they're changing the world, like Spider-Man gained his black suit, and you know what happened after that, after this small thing with the black suit, and I think you had this with the doppelgangers. I believe the Infinity Crusade, Spider-Man gained a doppelganger, and that stuck as a villain for him as well after the crossover was ended.
Yeah,
and sometimes he has these things.
6 arms.
Yeah.
And do you think you also need to have ramifications if there are crossovers between characters from different publishers?
I would love that, but I know that's not ever going to happen.
Yeah, I personally think
define ramifications. What do you?
Well,
consequences for the individual characters.
Like for example, if DC and Marvel had a crossover and Spider-Man interacted with Robin or whatever, and he gained some insight on some certain things, you know, with or Robin gains insight with great responsibility, blah blah blah. And that they bring it back to their own universes, basically, or their own character growth. And then, you know, kind of these things. Doesn't necessarily have to be a moral high ground or something. Could also be that they brought over a villain or a certain that a villain was inspired. Let's say the Carnage was inspired by the Joker, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, a kind of Joker Carnage.
There was a crossover. There was a
Yeah.
crossover with Batman and
Really?
yeah, with the Joker. Carnage teamed up with the Joker. The art was, I believe, Alan Davis. I could be wrong. With Spider-Man, Batman, Joker, Carnage. I have to look it up what it was.
Sure. Personally, I think these crossovers between different publishers should not influence the regular series. So people do not have to read the crossovers to understand why character changes occur. You know, they have to occur within their own series, and crossovers to me are something different. It's just stepping out of the series for 1 second, having a different adventure, and we can always return later, and basically nothing changed. I prefer that.
Yeah, I think that's also quite a good valid point. I believe, like Dr. Rhino says, keeping it simple isn't always that bad. I think entertainment is too focused on long and or complex storylines because of the MCU success. I totally agree with him. I like long stories, but it has to be good. I totally agree with him. I think the MCU, especially now with Loki, the series just ended. It's so convoluted.
Yeah.
Everything has to be connected. Where are the nice single stories? I'm looking forward, but also like kind of fearing the Spider-Man 3 movie and the Doctor Strange movie. I love those characters. I love the previous movies, but I think now is everything with the multiverse looming over the MCU. It's going to get way too complex.
Yeah. That's the thing with the MCU. They have to constantly remind you that everything is connected.
Yeah,
so you can't have these actual standalone movies without references to other movies,
But the thing is, like the WandaVision series wasn't that bad. I enjoyed it. It was a slow build, but I like slow series. But it was kind of standalone. It didn't really have a lot of connections. But when you read online, all the YouTubers constantly trying to make connections, which were none. And when you actually look at the story in its whole, it's kind of like a small bubble, universal bubble. And that's fine. No Doctor Strange, happily. no Mephisto, happily. Just Wanda and dealing with her.
Yeah, but they deliberately do that because then they are, people are speculating. They are going to have articles from, they reference Mephisto. You know Mephisto from the comics?
But it never happens.
Do you know that? Wow. We are such nerds, right?
Yeah.
Look how cool we are, kids. That's what they are doing. So that millions of articles are written about, and then eventually the payoff was 0, 0, 0, 0.
Yeah, well, that's it. I think the YouTubers make it bigger than the series actually was intended to be, because it was just, maybe a step up for the new Avengers. Going first crazy, and you already noticed that this woman, I don't know if I'm spoiling now, whatever, I don't care. I do care, but so there's a woman recruiting alternative heroes after the Avengers disbanded in Endgame, and so we were kind of going to our kind of Dark Avengers or Thunderbolts kind of group. So there's this build up again, which is nice, but I'm yearning for the small single storylines again, and maybe DC is the hope for those.
Well, not in the near future, as long as Marvel is doing what they are doing now.
I think DC kind of changed their vision.
They're doing crossovers now, right? I mean, people are getting transferred from white people to black people, and then from black people to trans people, and then from trans people to lesbian people.
Those crossovers.
So there were never lesbians and trans and white and black.
No, those are not crossovers, man. Not the ones we're talking about.
Well, there's some crossing between that, right?
Yeah. So do you guys remember Valiant?
Oh yeah, Valiant Studios. That's cool.
Sure, Valiant. Yeah. Okay, so you remember this?
Yeah, I got them. Deathmate.
Enlarge it, please.
Deathmate.
Yeah.
It's Image Comics crosses over with Valiant Studios.
Yeah.
And each book was drawn by or made by a different creative team. So you get
that's awesome.
things like this. I honestly can't remember much of the story. it's been a long time.
Story was a little bit messy. Yeah.
Yeah. So and this was back when Image was at their peak. So everyone knew them. Everyone knew these characters, and then I think Valiant lifted a little bit on their success. Because I never heard of this character before.
Bloodshot.
Before Deathmate came out. Yeah.
Bloodshot.
But it's classic 90s, man. This is 90s as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see it at the panels. You can see it the artwork, the line work, the layouts.
Yeah. And the quality differs between issues. I have some favorites like this issue is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Simply because of the artwork. This is by the team from Top Cow.
Mark Silvestri?
Yeah, you have various. You have Brett Booth, Brandon Peterson, Mark Silvestri, Scott Clark. Oh man, I love Scott Clark. Greg Capullo and Jim Lee.
Greg Capullo, oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. Excellent work, man.
Oh man, so great.
This is the style that I like, you know.
Those names, like they seem like old friends from.
Yeah, this is classic Jim Lee and
this is Turok versus what's his name?
Warblade.
No, Warblade's from the Wildcats. This
this is
what's his name again? Damn it!
let me look it up.
I totally forgot. But yeah, I love this.
He's an Indian. Yeah.
Look at this.
Wow.
Sideblade.
Oh yeah, Sideblade. Yeah.
Sideblade. Yeah.
This is how you draw women.
Yeah.
So and then you have this one. I love this cover. It's a fantastic cover by Jim Lee.
Yeah. Is that Dr. Solar? The guy in the red suit?
Solar, right.
Yeah, Solar.
And you have So what I always enjoyed was seeing different artists drawing characters from different creators. So for instance, here you see Prophet drawn by Jim Lee. That's fantastic. I love that, man.
Yeah, but I think those are the for me to buy the crossovers, to see another artist's interpretation of a character.
Yeah.
That's for me.
Two more issues. I have it complete. It's I think it's 6 issues.
How many issues are there? I got only 2.
6. Let me see. 1,
Really?
2, 6. Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah, I got only 2 of them.
I'm going to say probably something very unpopular.
If you still need this one, Marinus,
what?
Wait. If you still need this one,
Yeah.
then I can send it to you. I have this double.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, man. Cool.
So
Roland, you want to say in popular, Dave, where's the block button and the delete button so you can block him?
What did he say? What did you say? What did you do?
He wants to say something, but put the finger on the delete button.
Now I'm scared. No,
button.
I was saying, what draws me to these crossovers, to see other artists making their interpretation of a character you would like to see. And I absolutely love all the artwork of John Byrne. I love his amazing Fantastic Four run, his X-Men. It's amazing.
X-Men, a legend.
However, I have some of the Chapter 1 in Spider-Man comics, also drawn by John Byrne.
Yeah.
He doesn't draw Spider-Man that good. No, that's a disappointment.
I
For
must
me.
say I'm agreeing with you because his eyes, if you will, his mask eyes, is very round,
Round,
very
yeah.
big. His head is very like me, like a mine is very pear. No, not pear shaped.
You're not making your case.
I have oval. I have an oval head.
But he draws stances and action poses very correctly, but somehow he doesn't has Spider-Man in his fingers to these
Well, I
poses.
agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah.
Okay, I have two more comics here, crossovers between Marvel Comics and
And
Maximum
then
Press.
we need to have
Maximum
area
Press.
blackness question answered.
Yeah, one sec. I
After
was
this.
just saying I have two more books to show.
I hope Aria's still there. She didn't skip on us.
Let me see.
Taking too long to answer my question.
Gladiator Supreme.
Cool. Oh, by Maximum Press. You're right.
Yeah.
Gladiator.
You know what the funny is with Gladiator and Supreme? They have all Superman-like powers.
Yeah, they're basically Superman analogs.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
And the art is by Ed Bennis.
Oh yeah.
I
Cool.
love that, man.
Yeah, it's really good.
Fantastic art. Check it out.
Yeah. I mean, come on. This is also objectification for male superheroes.
But that was a
I
time that
love
nobody
it.
cared,
I
Roland.
love it.
Nobody cared at that time.
It is. Look at these muscles. Look at these muscles, man.
Those are made-up muscles. Those
Yeah.
cannot be. Just not
No,
real.
but you can exaggerate this, but when you do it to a female character, people go crazy.
Yeah.
Double standards, man.
Where are her organs? They say.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but can a female hero can have those arms as well, right?
Yeah, sure. Like She-Hulk. Jesus Christ, man, that looks fantastic.
Yeah,
Wow.
I love this. I love
That's
this.
the camera angles, the action poses, that's amazing. Where did all this art, this skill gone to?
And it's one big battle.
Yeah, I love it.
So, and then we have another one of Marvel and Maximum Press. This one.
Oh, Cable and Youngblood and X-Force.
Yeah.
Well, the cover is by one of my. Yeah, I don't like that guy, but
Liefeld.
Liefeld, Rob Liefeld.
Liefeld, Default.
Is the interiors also by him or not?
Let me see. No. Interiors are by, I think, Roger Cruz. Yeah.
Thank
Oh,
God.
Roger Cruz. Oh yeah, there's a very exaggerated style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very
Oh,
cartoony.
yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, these legs goes
Yeah.
in the sky.
Legs for days.
Yeah. Well, I'm liking Roger Cruz. He
Oh
doesn't.
no. People
have-
sitting around a table and eating.
What?
Oh,
Uh-oh.
that's a trope nowadays.
Is it a trope nowadays? Explain
Yeah.
to me. I
Eating
missed
and
something.
crying on the internet.
Huh? Did I miss something again? Oh, really? I don't read it. I don't want to know. Just
No, don't ask. Don't ask.
No.
Yeah, Roger Cruz is very
Oh,
cool.
those art is amazing. I
Yeah.
think all the organs are in their boobs, right?
Mojo.
Yeah,
This looks
classic villain.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, this is good stuff. This is just fun, you know. It's colorful. It's fun. You see characters from different studios together. It's just
The only fun
good
comics,
stuff. Look at this.
the only fun comics you find today are at Indie Comics.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think there are any fun comics anymore in the big publishers.
Well, not from the big two. Well, to
No.
be honest, I only like DC. Marvel, I don't buy nothing for anymore. But I'm venturing more like to Image Comics. I think Image Comics still has very fun titles. Sometimes IDW, but mostly indie comics. Yeah.
Right.
So that brings us over the hour mark.
Woohoo! Excellent.
Yeah.
Let me see what Dr. Rhino says. When the adult female characters did not look like muscular teen boys. Right.
Yes.
Yes. Unfortunately, they want us to like that, but we won't. We like what we like.
All right.
All right, let's get back to Aria's question. Let me see.
Is Arya still here?
I have no
Ra-
idea.
Raise your
but
hand if you're still here.
Maybe he bailed.
Here it is. You guys should pitch us some crossovers you would like to see happen. Okay.
So is the then a topic indie comics or mainstream?
It doesn't matter. Whatever.
Whatever.
Go
Okay.
crazy, man. Your favorite franchises together.
Well, once upon a time, my favorite franchise was Fantastic Four, the classic Fantastic Four, against a team, and that's a hard one. I have to think about that. So, if you have your answers already, I'm not entirely
I
sure.
don't. I don't. But I can predict that Roland's dream crossover features Spider-Man
No.
or the Black Cat.
Well, no.
What?
Well, with me, she can cross over with me. And I wasn't thinking on comics, actually. I was thinking on franchise. I would love to see Matt Smith, Doctor Who interpretation crossing over with Star Trek.
I don't know the other ones. Doctor Who? I'm not familiar with
You
that.
had Matt Smith, and you had what was the incarnation after Matt Smith?
What is
I don't know.
who's Matt Smith?
Matt Smith. He played in The Crown lately as Prince Philip.
Yeah, we don't follow Doctor Who.
Okay. I don't follow Doctor Who.
No, me neither. So.
Oh my god! But this is a really good actor. I'll just let me share screen.
Okay, so you want him? So you want his version of Doctor Who crossing over with
Star Trek.
Star Trek. Okay.
Because of the time travel thing, or
Yeah, the timely wibbly wobbly stuff.
okay, that would okay, I can see that happen. But since Star Trek is not more the Star Trek, that guy, I know him.
Yeah.
I can beat him up.
This is just the on top of my head. I don't know. I can't find anything I want to cross over that really has an urge.
I'm still
to do
thinking.
it.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Dave, what are your?
I don't really know. Really, if I like to mash something that's completely outrageous, like maybe Aliens with Ghostbusters. So you have the Ghostbusters and it gets called out, and instead of this spirit, they encounter the mother alien, for instance.
I hope it would be the female Ghostbusters movie, and
No,
the
not that
aliens murder them, everyone.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah, aliens are winning. Yeah,
That's the perfect alien movie.
By the way, you
Just
had
busting out of them.
You had this crossover a few years ago between Alien and Predator. This movie,
Yeah,
and I really hoped that they. I really hoped that they would leave out the human, because and when I saw the movie, unfortunately the humans were too represented, and they didn't add anything to the movie.
no, it's annoying.
Dark Horse had amazing crossovers between Predator and Aliens. Way better than the movies. That's weird.
That's a crossover that I really wanted to see.
Yeah.
I want to see a Judge Dredd movie again with the same makers and actors from Dredd from 2012, I believe.
Yeah, like the Carl version.
And then
He was
with
amazing.
aliens or predators that they're hunting, because there was also a crossover in the comics.
Yeah.
I really like to see that on screen. Yeah. Or like I said, Batman, Judge Dredd, something like that. Yeah.
I think I want to see a crossover.
Yeah.
I think I want to see a crossover between Perfect 10 and Tomb Raider.
Yeah, the classic Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
The
Not the
classic
current
Tomb
one.
Raider. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Well,
the badass one.
Perfect 10 was partially inspired by Tomb Raider,
No shit.
by the classic Lara Croft. So yeah,
Yeah, there was probably 2 reasons, right?
I love those old games, man. And
Yeah.
the new Tomb Raider, I don't care about that character at all.
No.
She was badass, and they completely changed that.
Yeah.
Anyway, different topic.
Yeah.
So,
But, yeah, that was a fun one, right? There's so many crossovers that is worth visiting.
yeah, cool. So,
Yeah.
so do you guys have any favorite crossover comics? Your favorite ones?
Yeah, well, I showed him. I think I showed the Doctor Strange Spider-Man one.
Yeah, I like the GLA Avengers with George Paris, but because of George Paris, his art is one of the best. He's one of the best artists there is. He's so detailed. I love his work. It's very visceral. I love, like I said, Blackest Night. Like I said, I'm a DC fan. Devil Superman it's not really a crossover. But,
these are more
events.
events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also like X-Men Darksyde. There was also a Darksyde with X-Men stuff with I believe the artist of 4. Why am I forgetting? Walter Simonson, I believe. Good or wrong? I don't know. I have so many. I have not one. The Batman Judge Dredd. That's probably my favorite. And Lobo Judge Dredd.
I think I don't think it was a crossover. Well, it was. It was that in one of the X-Men comics, Manhattan turned into a Conan the Barbarian city.
Oh, that one. Yes.
By a classic Conan villain featured there.
Not what's his name?
Not Morgan's. Well, no.
Yeah, I know who.
It was drawn by John Romita Jr. Romita Jr.
Yeah. Cool and Guff.
Yeah, that one.
Cool and Guff. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's such a weird crossover, X-Men in this
that was a real
Conan
setting,
but it was amazing. It was,
well, you had that with Spider-Man also. Spider-Man crossing over with Red Sonja.
Yeah. Throughout the years, they had sometimes a crossover with those. I never read those, so I don't know how good they are.
Pretty fun. They're pretty fun because Red Sonja was inhabiting the body, I believe, of
Mary Jane.
Mary Jane. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah. With Cool and Guff. Yeah.
Cool stuff.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, but those are the crossovers, like Dave said. You wouldn't expect them. There's a Conan world and the X-Men world and crossing over. That's the things. And if they really make a good story, be original, I am all in for those crossovers.
They recently did that because Marvel acquired the rights again of Conan from Dark Horse, and then they throw him into I believe the Avengers thing, but that was a mess. It was not good at all.
No. The Marvel is once again fucking things up.
Yeah, because Conan was a little bit too accustomed to modern day era. Instead of, he is accepting sorcerers, he is accepting monsters, he is accepting technology. Conan is all against that. So yeah,
okay.
I don't know. It's just he is being bossed around by strong female black women. So yeah, that's not my Conan.
No, that's not Conan. That's
no.
Cool. So I found this article about weird crossovers, comic book crossovers. So maybe we can browse through it quickly. I don't think I know many of these books, honestly. So you have this Batman Hellboy Starman crossover.
I know it exists.
By Mike Mignola.
Do you want to go to all 25? I mean, that's a long.
Nah, just browse through it. Maybe
browse through it. Here you have Star Trek.
Nah,
not the Kelvin timeline. Skip it.
All right.
No, Kelvin. I'm not even wasting time on that.
The John Byrne Captain America.
John Byrne classic. Yeah. Okay, then we have the Joker and the Mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Nope.
But they kind of fit together, so yeah.
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 Sort of.
This I would like. Ghostbusters Teenage Mutant Ninja Heroes.
Really.
This looks like fun.
Yeah.
This can be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the amalgam. Yeah.
I know.
Malcolm, we talked about that one.
Yeah.
Future Quest. I don't know anything about this.
Hanna-Barbera property. Not very familiar with that, but
Oh, with all their properties, like Scooby-Doo and whatever.
yeah, Space
Yeah.
Ghost and
Yeah.
Galaxy Trio.
and Johnny Quest.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Batman, Superman versus Alien versus Predator. Okay.
I think Dark Horse did.
Yeah.
did right?
This art is not representative of what's going on.
No,
Not at
this art is
all.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
This is not the art I remember from the
No.
Yeah.
commercials.
RoboCop versus Terminator.
Yeah, it's
I
a
remember
classic.
this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
It's a good one. By Walter Simonson, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Artwork is by Walter Simonson. Yeah. It's written by Frank Miller.
Yep.
Any Batman 66 crossover.
No, well, the covers were cool by Alex Ross, but the interior art was meh.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of with the Loki kind of has it in their series, these variants, and you also have it in the Spider-Verse. You different Spider-Man, crossing over. You have the Spider-Man cartoon from the 60s interacting with the new incarnation Spider-Man. It's kind of fun if you look at it just as a separate thing, and it's fun to see different incarnations. Like
Right.
let's see the woman, the Gal Gadot Wonder Woman with Adams West Batman. It's fun, but nothing more than that.
This looks great.
Yes. Definitely, since we really need to properly make the Master of the Universe good again.
Yeah.
Other
The
topic.
latest incarnations of both these franchises were bollocks.
I didn't saw the latest of the Thundercats, to be honest.
Yeah, Thundercats Roar.
All right. Well, Master of the Universe of Kevin Smith. Kevin Smith, right?
Yeah.
Silent Bob.
Kevin Smith, He-Man, please. I don't want to have
Oh
that
my.
discussion.
No.
Okay.
Skip it. We won. No, I agree.
What's this? I don't know.
It's Rom.
Hasbro. Hasbro tried
Hasbro.
to make a shared universe with their properties.
Mask, Transformers, and G.I. Joe probably,
Right.
or Go Robots, Go Bots.
Rom.
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, Go Bots was Hanna-Barbera or Film Nation. I don't know.
No, ROM and Micronauts.
Micronauts, but I see
Yeah.
Mask as well.
Yes.
Mask is Hasbro,
Yep.
and Transformers Hasbro, G.I. Joe as well.
Yeah.
I see
Yeah,
Roadblock. I see
on,
Roadblock. That's G.I. Joe.
It's
All
all
right.
on the same banner. Yeah.
Yeah. Freddy versus Jason versus Yes. Yeah, I'm not into the horror crossovers, to be honest.
By the way, this movie, I thought it was pretty cool. When the movie came out, Freddy versus Jason, that was an actual crossover between two different franchises. I love that, man. That was great. Doctor Who, Star Trek, The Next Generation. Hey, there it
It's
is.
in comic form. I gotta buy
There it
it.
is, Ronan. It exists.
It exists.
Excellent. Then we have the DC Universe Master of the Universe. Okay.
That was
Yeah,
mad.
yeah.
Look at this
I don't
art.
see it happen. Yeah.
Look at Tila here. Look at this.
Yep.
Ooh, that's Tila, man.
Yeah, I don't like the Tila they did now.
Nope.
Tomb Raider, Witchblade, Fathom. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a given.
yeah, it's a given.
I didn't thought Tomb Raider was I think was sticking out, to be honest. Fathom and
Look,
Witchblade.
she's sticking out here. Look.
Yeah. Two things are sticking out.
Oh,
Conan Wonder Woman.
interesting.
Can't remember.
Louise Simonson wrote
Really?
this.
Okay.
It's a cool
Never
art,
heard of it.
though. Cool art, though.
Looks nice, yeah.
Hmm.
And we have Star Trek
But
Planet of the Apes.
All right, that's that's
Yep.
a one interesting one, especially with classic Star Trek and classic Planet of the Apes.
Oh wait, Comics Mate is here. Welcome, Comics Mate.
Hey, coming
Oh,
mate.
man, you are too late now. I'm kidding.
Yeah, we're almost
We're
at the end.
Yeah.
Just in time. I've always had a
Just
soft
eight.
spot for Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Well, Marvel did something with Street Fighter, right?
But
Marvel?
Marvel. No, wait a minute. So
Capcom.
DC
Capcom
Universe
was-
versus Mortal Kombat. That's the video game,
I thought
but also a comic book. Is that a comic or not?
What?
no,
it's-
I think it's a video game.
Capcom. It's a 2D beat 'em up. I believe
Yeah.
that's what Comics
Yeah.
Mate.
I know the video game, but yeah. Okay, cool. Then we have Dogman and Army of Darkness.
I don't see how, why, or Yeah.
How? Why? These are questions we often have. Big Trouble in Little China, Escape from New York. Man,
oh yeah.
they cross over everything.
Well, maybe a A-Team and Knight Rider Airwolf crossover.
Okay,
Or
these are comics
crossover
too.
between crossover between Magnum and Miami Vice, the old ones.
Archie and the Punisher. Look at this.
Yeah, that's
Oh
awesome.
man,
So-
that's an old one. Yeah.
So now he draws his guns and he shoots everyone here. That would be
I
awesome.
hope so. Yeah.
Hey, be nice to Archie.
Okay.
Wonder Woman 77, Bionic Woman.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. No.
Did you know that the Bionic 6, that an old animation,
Mhm.
was
I know that
actually based on the Bionic Woman and the $100 million man, which is kind of the Bionic Man, I believe.
the $6 million man, you mean?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
The more expensive one.
The
Nowadays,
$100 million
it's $600 million.
$600 million man.
Yeah, I'm drinking beer. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What's next?
Archie.
What's this, man?
What the hell?
Oh my god!
Really?
Look at Veronica looking at.
I'm completely not interested in this one. In this
Nope,
book,
nope. Next
not,
one.
not at all.
Yeah, the animation was cool. I have to say,
Yeah.
check it out. I don't know if it's on Netflix or whatever.
This is cool, yeah. And last, Justice League Power Rangers.
Number one. Really? Okay.
I would have hoped to have the Justice League versus the Powerpuff Girls.
No,
Right.
man, don't jinx it, man. They're probably,
Or they're making a live action movie
uh,
of the Powerpuff Girls, right?
okay.
Okay.
That for today.
Yeah. Dark
We should have started with this list.
Yeah.
Marinus is getting tired and Roland is getting drunk. So
Yeah,
we
no, we-
will
we
wrap it up
should've
here.
Started with the list, and we had a
Good
way
choice.
better inspiration for crossovers, and we could have answered Arya's question better.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Let's wrap it up here. So thank you all, guys. Marinus, where can people find you?
On Twitter, among us, it's Darksyde_is_comics. I also got a YouTube channel with the same. You can find me there, and I also on Instagram. So both you can find me there.
The link to Darksyde's YouTube channel is in the description to this video, by the way. So check it out.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
Roland, where can people find you?
Here at my home in the
Okay.
Netherlands, so come by.
What's
have
the
a drink.
address?
Yeah, show me your.
It's a Mount Doom. It's hot here.
All right. Cool.
It's yeah.
Okay. Let me see. Enjoyed the show, guys. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for stopping
being
by.
here.
Yep.
Thanks, everyone in the chat, for stopping by. If you like
Hanging
this,
around.
please give us a thumbs up and subscribe and share, all that good stuff. And thank you, Marinus, and thank you, Roland, for
Happy to be here.
another
No
good
problem.
show. It was a good show.
Yeah,
Thank
it
you.
was a fun show.
Maybe we see again next week or in 2 weeks. We don't know, but
We're coming back for sure.
we'll see. Thanks.
Bye,
Thanks,
guys.
everyone.
Till next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Good evening. Bye.